So good afternoon to all. Today we discuss about the object-oriented system development life cycle. Why we are studying the object-oriented system development? Because in the early days, okay, the software development, many projects are failed. So why the projects are failed means the project take more time than planned. The cost of the project is very high than expected. The software was hard to change or improve, and a lot of bugs and error can be occur in developing a project. This happened because we are using the procedure or structural programming, focus on writing the sequence of functions, global data, which become hard to manage the problem. How does object-oriented software development become solve the problem? Here, the problem can be breaking into smaller, and each small problem can be solved and finally combined. Making code will be very easy to understand and change, and encouraging the reuse, which save time and money. It's the same code can be repeated again, which can save the time and also money, and also improve the quality and the reliability. And the next is the what is object oriented development. It is a methodology for developing a software by using object oriented concept. Here the software based real world objects that encapsulate the data and behavior. Here object oriented, what are the concept can be present in the object oriented concept? Object, class, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and message passing. What is mean object? Objects is nothing but is a real-time entity with identifying the state and behavior. For example, in object is a person. What is the state and behavior? What is mean the state and behavior? So what is the attributes of the object and what is the behavior of the objects? Attributes means in a person, what is the attributes? Name of the person, department, on place, on college, or name of the place. These are the attributes of the object. What is the behavior of the object means? It had been singing, sleeping, walking, talking, writing. These are the behavior of the person. Is another example. Object is a, for example, is one more object. For example, table. Table is object. What is a attributes of the object means is a color, size. These are the attributes of the object. Next, object oriented oops concept is a class. Class is nothing but is a blueprint of the object. It is a class is an instance of the object. For example, in a class, for example, class name fruits. In a fruits having a different type of fruits, apple, orange. These are the object. That object can be included in the class. As the next one, encapsulation nothing but wrapping up the classes into single unit. The class contain the attributes and member functions also. It will be wrapped into one single classes. As the next one, inheritance nothing but is sharing and extending the behavior. For example, is a child class want to inherit the properties from the parent class also. Here the child class can use the all the properties from the parent class. Next one, polymorphism, meaning so same function to perform the different operations. For example, we are using a draw. You are using the draw. Draw is a function to draw the circle, to draw the ellipse, rectangle. These are the polymorphism. And message passing. Message passing nothing but one object can be interact with the other object for sending and receiving a message. Is a interaction. What is the limitation of the traditional object? Mainly focus on the conventional procedural approach, mainly followed the function and process. Object oriented approach that combine data and behavior. Another feature is a data and function is separated in the procedure oriented In object-oriented approach, it is combined with the objects. Real-world modeling, it will be indirect. Is it does not communicate with the one object or another object. But object-oriented can be direct approach can be followed. And modularities is very poor in the procedural approaches. It is strong in the object-oriented approaches. Next, in a procedural approaches, does not reusable. Reusability is a minimum, but in object-oriented approach, we are using the inheritance concept to reuse the concept in the other classes. These are the difference, limitation of the traditional approach. Next one, what are the example of real world system for building a object oriented system development? First, we also include in the banking system, e-commerce platform, hospital management, airline reservations, and social media, game development, enterprise software, and mobile app. For banking system is online and core banking application. We are using the coding C++, Java. Use the code to develop a software. These are the real world examples of OED. Thank you all. And start ஆச்சா இல்லையா? அடப்பாவிங்களா, சேவ் ஆகலையா?